Okay, today is 20th of March 2012. The time is 13:05. Commencing interview with Susie Mason by Charlotte Lawrence, psychiatrist, and myself, Sergeant 3529, Branham Buckley.
All right then, Susie. Now don't worry, everything's going to be okay now. Would you like some water?
Thank you.
Can I just say you are in safe hands now, Susie? How are you feeling?
I'm okay. Just feel a bit paranoid and scared. I can't remember what happened.
There's no need to be paranoid. We're here to help you.
Can I get you a cup of tea or coffee?
No, thank you. Water's fine.
Are you okay to tell us what you remember?
Yeah.
All right then, Susie. If there's anything that jogs your memory, don't be afraid to tell us anything.
Okay.
Take your time. There's no rush.
Well, I don't remember much.
Susie, you're really going to have to think hard because otherwise there's not much we can do for you. We'll just have to let you go home. Like I said before, don't be afraid. This is a serious matter and no one's going to judge you. Let's go back to the start of your day and retrace your footsteps.
All I remember is just waking up in the park. It was a warm morning, but I was cold. Birds were singing and the sun was really bright. I looked around and saw my clothes, then I understood what happened, but not how. After I realised what happened to me, I had no choice but to go home. Because I felt embarrassed and I didn't want to look like a tramp.
So do you think you were abused and attacked in the same place?
But the park which I woke up in was different to the one I usually walk through from work. I just can't think as to why I would have been in that park.
Can you remember anything else about that day, Susie?
I have a feeling I was in a cold, dark place, like a basement. But it seems like a dream.
Can you remember anything specific?
I was very cold. It was a cold, dark place. I was tied to the chair. A man came. He hit me. Once, twice, and many more times. I thought I'm going to die, but they didn't want to kill me. They were playing with me.
Susie, can you remember anything that could help us identify the kidnappers?
I think there was a man. I remember very strong hands, but somehow I get the feeling there was someone else there too, like a companion. I don't know.
Who?
I never saw who it was, so as far as I know it could be anyone. I heard high-heeled shoes, and whoever wore them was continuously dragging their feet, and the noise would make me grind my teeth. I heard them whispering, but everything is very fuzzy.
Can you remember where you were?
Everything is blurry. I remember being tied up to a chair with a rope or something, and I don't know what happened next.
It's unusual for kidnappers to let the victims go so quickly. So you must have escaped. Can you remember how you escaped?
When I realised the kidnappers were out of sight, I quickly managed to set myself free. I couldn't even stand up. I was drugged and abused, feeling so weak and cold, but I forced myself and tried to find the way out. I looked around to see if someone was coming. As soon as the coast was clear, I escaped. I forced some doors open, only to find myself in a maze, but luckily, I managed to get out without being seen. I escaped and ended up in some sort of abandoned alley. I was wandering around for hours. Then I finally reached the park, tripped on something and fell down. I used my bracelet. It had a sharp edge, so I loosened the rope with it and escaped.
So you don't remember anything about your kidnappers or how you were kidnapped?
I don't know. It's so hard to remember. I don't want to.
Don't force yourself. You're doing great, Susie.
I was probably listening to my music with my headphones in. And that's why I wouldn't hear if someone were to approach me from behind.
Have you got anything more to add?
Maybe. Someone was wearing a hoodie. I saw him. He passed me, this guy. I didn't take any notice then. They carried me and drove me somewhere. No, I remember the man had a scar. I remember a woman's voice telling the man to hurry up whilst they dragged me to a van.
You're absolutely sure?
Yes. I remember the basement had one small window and the colour of the van was red.
You do realise that if you give us false information, you can be prosecuted?
I remember the man had a cross tattoo on his...
26 years.
Overall, people of Bradford are very unhappy.
What I do remember is
Out the free city bus, the community's plan outside Interchange bus station.
Thank you, Justin. Now our news. 20-year-old Susan Mason from Bradford gone missing again. Very first time she got kidnapped Wednesday evening from Horton Park. Luckily, later on that day she managed to escape the criminal's house. The following day she gave a statement to the police, but nobody's seen her since. Now going live to a conference where police officers Brandon Buckley and Charlotte Lawrence gonna explain more about the situation.
We don't know how this could have happened. All Susie's details were kept safely from the public. We're doing everything we can to find her before she comes to any more harm. If anyone knows anything about Susie Mason's whereabouts or how she disappeared, please contact us straight away. Thank you.